represent the Sahlen's brand next year and move forward into the top level of sports car racing. You know, when I was growing up, would crew on the teams that we had and work on the teams, and we would always watch the prototype ranks was, you know, the epitome of racing for us. So for next year to be able to have the chance to go out there and compete against what are the best road racers in the country on a full-time basis, and then intermittently you have guest stars showing up that are ex-Formula One champs, ex-Indy champs. It's really exciting to be able to have that opportunity to go out there and compete against what I feel is as strong as any prototype time in history. There's great competition out there. You look at what happened yesterday in qualifying. The top 7 cars or 8 cars were separated by half a second. It's a great formula that Grand-Am has prepared, and really excited to be a part of the Grand-Am family again next year and continue forward with what is the top sports car racing in the country to me. So excited to be on the Team Sahlen team, excited to have the BMW motor on there, and we've had a relationship with Riley as well over the last few years, and Bill's always been a very great source, and the cars have been very well engineered and built. So excited for next year, excited to be a part of the Sahlen brand going forward.
Well, first of all, I can't thank Joe Sahlen and the rest of the automakers for their not only support of me, but their support of Grand-Am in general. They've been a part of it since the very beginning. So I'm really ecstatic to be moving to DP for next year, and excited to be coming back for my second season with the team. I feel really enjoyed my time this year. Feel really comfortable with everyone. They've made me feel super welcome. So it's a natural progression for me and for everybody here. So really pleased to be, you know, the guy to help teach them how to drive prototypes. I have a bit of experience here and there, done a few races, so to teach them this style of car, you know, the setup that it likes and how you drive it and that whole thing. So to lead the program is exciting for me into its new generation. So I think the cars look great, and I can't wait to start testing.
Other than maybe just questions. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Is there any questions anybody has for any of the? Yes.
Yeah, just, hello? Yeah, just a couple, first of all, you said in the lead 42 car, the drivers will be Dane and Wayne, then in the 43 will be Joe, and Will, is that correct?
Yes, correct. The lead car will be number 42 with Wayne and Dane. We call it the Wayne and Dane show. And then the number 43 car will be Joe, and Will, which at this point in time will be the only Sportsman True lineup in the whole league series. So we're excited about that.
And also, just one more quick question. Over the last 2 years, Team Sahlen in the GT series has been getting further and further towards the front of the pack. You guys have been leading races. You guys have got a couple of poles along the way. Joe, Sahlen, do you feel it was part of the decision to go to the prototypes based on the fact that you guys have really picked up your game in the GT in the last couple of years?
Well, yeah, not just on the track, but and Joe mentioned it, and I neglected to, is that the team has upped the presence in the paddock. Again, this is all part of branding, and I hate to harp too much about that, but that's a big part of the whole program, is the way the team has presented itself. And Will is basically in charge of that and does a very, very good job, and I'm very proud of what he does on behalf of Team Sahlen and the Western New York Flash and Sahlen's in general. So it's a graduation. Yeah, we would have liked to have won a couple races this year. We've been pretty close a couple of times. But that's the old cliche.
There's still
that's
time.
Racing.
There's still time.
So, you know, we'll be in there competing right up until the final lap this year, and then, as Dane mentioned, ready to get going and testing. And Kate will be a great value to us, as well as Dane with their experience with DPs, which we're going to need because it's going to be a pretty steep learning curve for all of us. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be a challenge. And but that's what being competitive, and what I alluded to when I first started my remarks. 10 years ago, I wasn't involved at all in motorsports. So this challenge presented itself, and that's part of the human condition, is competing and trying to be the best that you can be in whatever you're involved with.
A question for whomever is building and developing or overseeing the whole operation as to where the cars are coming from, where they're going to be developed, where they're going to be maintained, and who's the key players in the putting these cars together?
The car's at Riley right now. It's in the process, the first car of being updated. It's all the way down to the bare chassis because we got to get that done. Everything's on order. I'm kind of deaf, so I'll make sure I get to all your questions. As far as where they're going to be maintained, and is the same place we do now. We have a shop. I built an office. We built the family built an office about 10 years ago, and we put a 15,000 square foot shop on that, and that's where we prepare the cars now. So, and again, the shop was a big movement for us to have a shop. It's got a chassis dyno, it's got the shock dynos, it's got the fab shop, so it's got everything in there we need. So the cars will be maintained the same way that the Mazda's been, just a little bit more detailed than the Mazda's. We understand we're moving up to DP, but it'll all be done in Canton, Ohio, as it's been done for the last 10 years. That answer the question? Okay. But the car should be done and ready to go test with the first car in October. That's our goal right now. So I've got all the pieces that Joe said. I got all these pieces coming together, but it takes, you got to fit all the pieces there.
All right, well, thanks for stopping out.
Got one more. Another question.
Here's a question.
I have something I'd like to say. You can ask.
Dave Moulter, Bin Racing News. Is the attempt to move up to Daytona prototypes also an attempt to bring Sahlen's into a larger market?
Yeah, we'll take whatever opportunities. Sahlen's is primarily a regional company. We're up in the Northeast here and out into the Midwest, primarily with our deli products. We are trying to branch out into the Charlotte market right now with hot dogs. So wherever we can have that Sahlen flag logo, whether it's on the stadium in Rochester or on the race cars or the rig or at the sports park in Elma, New York, or on our trucks, whatever we're involved with, we want to reinforce with the Sahlen logo, because someone will say, for example, there's going to be a friendly match with the Olympic team on September 1st that's nationally broadcast on NBC. So you're going to hear about this being played at Sahlen Stadium, and that little flag logo will be there. So you never know. You know how people say a lot of business is transacted by happenstance, maybe on the golf course or something like that. Well, this is the golf course for me, is primarily motorsports and soccer. So if we can reinforce that Sahlen logo brand at the high level of competition and presentation that these entities put on, that enhances our Sahlen brand. So it all ties in, although I can't say there's any specific program in place to accomplish that. But we'll keep our finger on what's going on in all these areas to try and take advantage of whatever opportunities come up.
Let me really quick speak to that, because when we travel, I always wear my Sahlen's hat. You would be amazed if you have a Sahlen hat on or a Sahlen shirt that people come up to you and go, "Oh, Sahlen's, we eat it all the time." You go to Arizona and go, "Oh yeah, we actually get it shipped out." Sahlen's is like I wouldn't say a cult, but in Buffalo, it's Sahlen's hot dogs. And you'd be amazed at people around the country that know what Sahlen's hot dogs is. So as Joe says, he basically sells it regional, but it is known. The people who are living in Buffalo, they always remember Sahlen's hot dogs. It's amazing the number of people come up to us when I'm traveling.
I just want to, Catherine has something to and just so you know that it's not a typo, I did have a race program a couple years ago try to correct my press release. It's not 1969, it is 1869 that it was founded. So they tried to correct that on me. So, Catherine?
I just wanted to say that I'm obviously excited to go back to DPs, but I wanted to thank, I know Mr. Doonan and Sylvain are here. I wanted to thank them. This was the first time I've ever worked on GT cars, and they couldn't have been better to work with. And I say GT cars, but those things are just as complicated. And they were wonderful cars, and they were wonderful partners, and I am going to very much miss being able to work with a team next year, because I know we're going to be on our own. So thank you for wonderful cars and for helping us to get the success, because we wouldn't have got it without you guys. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.